Okay, welcome to the beginning bit of the video of the stream where I just check to make sure everything is working okay. Let's try the chat. See if that's working. Okay, everything else working over here. Okay. Is that coming up? Yep, fantastic. Okay, I'll make a start then. Hello, I'm Chris and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis, doing quests, learning and levelling up a variety of skills and buying weapons and armour and levelling those up to progress your character. In this video series I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of the game where each video should be about an hour long. The last playthrough I did was about 60 hours in total, so I'm expecting there to be roughly that many videos for the stream as well, for the series. I'll be streaming Monday to Thursday 7 PM UK time for the next few months, so it'd be great if people can leave comments or write in the chat. The reason I'm doing this is to try to get as much feedback as possible. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so we'll just do a quick recap and then move on from that. So at the beginning of the game we chose a species to play as. Each species gets a combat bonus and a skill bonus, different levels of health as well, except for humans, which don't get a combat bonus or skill bonus. So we chose the Fallen Fae, so they start off with less health and can't hold a greatsword, but they've got a good combat bonus where they can turn one normal attack into an initiative, which is a special kind of attack. So only an initiative can counter an initiative, and also it can give you an extra hit before combat starts. And then our skill bonus is we start with sneaking at level 1. We did a bit of stealing and pickpocketing last stream, so if you want to know more about that, try to watch that stream, watch that video. It should be up on the channel. So we did that. So after we picked our character, we've taken on some quests and done some of those. I'll just show you how we track quests. They're in this tracker that I've made. So we've got 4 quests being tracked at the moment simultaneously. And then we also put the map, card and die that we use to track our steps as we explore the map in one of them, just so we know exactly where we are. So we're on map card 122 and we've done 5 steps already. So I'll just show you how we track time quickly. So we use the die as our character marker, and every 12 steps we count 1/2 hour of time. So time is split into day and night and different things can happen there. We've also got a morality system, so that came into play last video as well. We have 5, you start with 5. You lose 1 if you do something like stealing or pickpocketing, and the only way to get morality back is if you do some quests. They get 1 morality per quest. We've also got skills there that can be tracked. In payment, we did a quest where we can stay at the inn and pay at the end of the week instead of at the beginning. So that means we need to have 100 gold by the end of this first week. We've got plenty of time for that because it's 50 gold per week. We've got trackers for the day and the week and the month as well if we need that, and we've got armour as well. There are 3 types of armour: cotton, leather and plate, and if you have 3 bits of any one type of armour on, you get a little bonus. So with cotton you get a bit of extra pouch space, which is the only thing you can access during combat. With leather you get a bit of extra poison duration, and then with plate you get something called bleed, which is like an extra bit of hit for some of the hits you do. So I'll just show our player mat as well. We've got our equipment in the top left, and we've got at the moment a satchel and a bronze short sword equipped. Our satchel is in this space here. We use chits for all the things in the inventory and they take up real space, so it's about sort of management, a bit like Tetris blocks sometimes. This is our pouch space. You only get 6 at the beginning of the game, but you can expand it. We've got a spot for quest items. At the moment we've got Rodrin's old axe. So we did some logging last video, and then it breaks after 8 uses, which is tracked don't know if you can see the boxes on the bottom there. There's also a space for a dream deck. That's the narrative that takes place throughout the whole game. And here we've got this massive space here for our inventory. So we can only access that when we're on the in-map card. But then we can drop off a whole bunch of stuff that things can be stacked in the inventory that can't be in your satchel. We've got a skiff storage, which we haven't unlocked yet. That won't be till much later on. And we've got weather. It's okay. It can either be okay or raining. So if it's raining, some things do change for that. And then right at the bottom, Mayorwen the innkeep, as we were doing her quest, she rewarded us with a map of Port Ovis, and this is the only map in the game. That's why there's a little special space for it. And here we can see where the woodshop is, where we are, where the inn is. We've got a farm, a smithy, a prison, a baker's, a shop, a tailor's, tanner's, all the usual kind of stuff. So a couple of things I missed out from the last stream. We did some logging and I forgot to take the logs we got off the playmat and give them to Rodrin. He wants those, so we're just going to put those in this little bag and put them away. Unfortunately, we don't get to keep those. And also, we have been using axe, his old axe, so I forgot to put the chit in place. It doesn't need to be equipped, but it does need to be in your satchel. The rules are a little bit flexible in some places for this. I've got more difficult rules, such as like a survival mode where you can't access the inn until you can pay for it. And things like you have to have an axe equipped to use it, so you'll take away the broadsword, put the axe in, and then try to remember to put it back again. But for now, we're just playing it on normal, so we've got the axe in our satchel. It does take up that space though, so again, like I said, it's something to keep aware of as you play. So I think that's it. So we've done 5 steps. We're at the wood shop. We spoke to a lady at the inn called Ina. I've got a quest here. And she also mentioned about going to the smithy with a guy called Gallad and his boy. And she said we can mine for ore. So I'm going to also show how the mining skill works with that quest. So I'm just going to have a look at Mayorwen's map here. And we're going to see where we need to go to get to the smithy. It's just south of the wood shop. But there's a bit of a long way around as a path. Which is probably what we're going to do instead of trying to do a shortcut. There's sort of a rule with this game that all paths lead to buildings. Buildings have characters in them, and all characters are part of quests. So if you get lost or don't know what to do, follow a path till you get to a building and have a chat with the character, see if they've got a quest that you can do, or if they're any of the ones you're tracking at the moment, maybe they can carry that on. Okay, so I think that's everything. We've got 50 gold in our coin purse. So the coins we use are real coins, well they're these Chinese fortune coins that you can get online for quite cheap. So we've got 50 of those. I've also got a tracker so we know exactly how many we've got. So I'll just do a quick recap of what the map card looks like as well. So I'll bring this up here, hopefully we can see it. So in the top left corner it says what number the map is. The map card is. This is 122. If we want to go north, we need map card 119. East, we need 123. South, 178. And west, 121. So we're going to go west. I'm going to try to remember east. Sorry, we're going to go east. We're going to try to remember the way to find a path. I think it was over here somewhere, and then we're going to come down towards the smithy. So here we've got our map deck, which is divided into groups of 50. So we need card 123. So between 100 and 150, we take the cards, and then we look in the top left corner for 123. So we just quickly find that, and then we put it down. So if you're going east and west, the cards will be going up or down in order, but if you're going north or south, there'll be a bit of a gap. Because that's how they were sort of numbered. So we're going to go about there. I don't think we're going to go too much north. We might go a bit north. Let's go there. So we're going to follow this path. We're going to move 1 step. That's a 6 now. So what you can do is just lay the map cards down first and then tally up the amount of steps and the time tracker afterwards. It's up to you how you like to do it. So we're going to follow the path north. So we want 118 next. have a look. Okay, and then we want 117. So the path is going up there, but I'm pretty sure we can just cut across to 116 a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. You can't walk through bushes, you can't swim, and you can't climb up and down cliff faces. So on this one, I'll just show you, this is quite an interesting one because we've got a node on this one. We've got the mining node we're actually going to be looking for a bit later on. So we've been walking at the top, there's a big bush there. You wouldn't be able to walk through that if it covered the whole of the map card, but we can just walk around it, and we can't drop down onto those rocks below. And that's what the mining node looks like. Hopefully you can see that. So we're going to continue east. We're going to have card 115. Okay, we've only got a little bit we can go there. So let's go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps. And we're just on the top there. So we need card 100. No, we need card just 66. So I'll put this grouping back. We'll take 66. Okay. And then we want 67. Then 68. Okay. So this map card, we can go down the cliff face because there are some sort of stone stairs that have been etched into the side of the cliff face, so we can walk down there. So let's just tally that up a little bit. So 10, 11, 12, back round to 1 again. So that means we've done another half hour. So we'll move that on our tracker. Okay, we've still got plenty of time left. Right, so we want to go south, so we need 113. So let's put these back. $113. There we go. So this one has a foraging node that we have already done. So we did that a couple of videos ago, and we got into a fight with a bee swarm, which wasn't a particularly good idea. But when you get to nodes that you've used, we'll put the chit. You put a used chit on it, which is basically a circle with just a line through it. So we'll put that back on there. So the bit of a flaw in this system is it's, in order to track the nodes you've used in between game sessions, you need to kind of write it down somewhere or make a note of it. I could have another tracker to go with the other two for combat and time and skills, where it's just a list of all the nodes and the numbers, and you can just put a pin in that as well if it's used or not. Sort of still thinking about that kind of idea. But I think I've said it before in other videos, this game I think is quite suitable to something like journaling, because you keep track of the days and who you're meeting and the quests you're on and how you're progressing as a character, and the progression's quite large from beginning to end, so it might be quite fun to look back and see how far you've come. Anyway, we'll move down, so that's second step, and then where do we want to go? We're going to follow the path down, so we want 128. Okay, we're going to nip between those bushes, and there's a bit of a path here, so maybe we can do that. Let's see, we want 172, I think. Not really following the path here as I should be doing, but part of the game, well, the majority of the game is to explore as you go, and sort of see what you find, really. 172. Okay, so there's another path there, that's good. I think that will lead us to the smithy. So let's just do 3 and 4. And then we want to go west, 173, 174, 175. Okay. So I'll show you this card. we've come to another card with a building on it. It should be the smithy according to the map. 175. We've got 2 buildings, so there'll probably be 2 building cards. Sometimes there's more than 1 building card. So let's move ourselves. So 5, 6, 7 steps in total. So once you reach a building on the map, you have a look at the building's deck. Each building in the building's deck has a number on the back, and you just simply search for it and flip it over to see who's inside the building. So 175 is what we're looking for, and they should be in order. So 71, 172, 76. Okay, where's 175? Is this the one that's not in order? Oh, right, 175, 71, 72, 76. Maybe I made a mistake there. Maybe it should be 76. Let me check that. Yes, so we made a mistake. We wrote 176. That should be 175. This is why we do play tests, everyone. Right, fantastic. So let me show you these 2 cards. At least we have them. So on the left we've got Gallad's house, which is the smithy. Well, this is just Gallad's house actually. And then on the right we've got the smithy. So we've got 2 characters, Gallad and Owen. The letters dotted around are for things that you can steal from. So D is for something like a drawer, T is for table, C is for cabinet, X is for box, B for bookshelf, that kind of thing. So that's how you do the sort of stealing and sneaking mechanic. So we've got Gallad and Owen. So we're going to see if they've got any quests for us. So let's just leave that out there. So once you have the characters, you go into the character deck. So here we've got all the characters listed, and they all got their names in the top left. So you simply just go through it and find the ones you need. So Gallad, there's Gallad, and there's Owen next to him. So let's have a look at them, see if they've got any quests for us. You can only start a quest at number 1. You can't start in the middle of a quest, which hopefully should be pretty standard, but you know, sometimes you have to clarify these things. So Owen has H, only quest H, and it starts on 6, so he's not much use to us. Gallad has D1, D2, E1, E3 and R14. So we can do a couple of his. They've all got intimidation and sneak levels, as well as how much gold they've got on them. So you can pickpocket characters, like I said. You lose a morality when you try, even if you fail, but you can get some money if you want to do that. These coloured in squares on the right hand side indicate that they are shops, so I'll just quickly show you that. That's part of the persuasion skill, so you can persuade characters to get half price on some items. If we look on the left, you can see clearly that the items are divided into 3 categories, so lower cost, middle cost and higher cost ones. So the amount of cards you match, the amount of those coloured in squares that you match for persuasion dictates where you can get half price from. So he's got tin, copper ore, iron ore for sale. He's also got some gauntlets, helms, bronze iron, all the plate armor basically, and he's got short swords and great swords. The great sword is 100 gold, which is the max you can have, so we're probably not going to go for that, and we can't hold it anyway. Owen's got a flintstone and an iron shield, and then he can also turn things into tin to make bronze and iron ingots. With the so you can only level up plate armor with ingots. So we'll do some mining. We'll show you how you get all these things. In the meantime, we're going to do a quest, which will involve learning how to do mining. So let's put the building cards back because we know who's in there now. And we're going to do... Owen doesn't have any quests for us, so we put him back. Gallad, we're going to start with D1, and we've got a big quest deck, which I'll show you here. I've shown it in all the videos, but here we go again. So all the quests go from A to Z, and then they're numbered 1 to whatever. So we've got D on top. There are only 2 cards. He's also got E, so we'll leave that there for now. Flip it over and we'll see what he has to say. So, help, is it? I've got a son for that kind of thing, but I'll not turn down an extra pair of hands. There's always ore needs mining. Grab that there old pickaxe if you've not one yourself, and head round back to the big boulders. Bring me back 5 ore and there will be payment for the work done. Take quest item D1. So he wants us to do a bit of mining. It's it's basically the same as what Rodrin wanted us to do, the wood shop. It's a way of getting you to sort of practice with a couple of the more simple skills. That's where you get the free axe and pickaxe. So we get a pickaxe. I've got the chit already out here, so we're going to add that chit into our satchel. Here's our satchel. Put it wherever you like. I'm going to put it at the top there, next to the kindling. I've got raw meat down there. There is a cooking skill to cook the raw meat, but we need to learn that first. So we've got a pickaxe and axe, and then we're going to get quest item D1. And I'm going to put that into my quest tracker. So we put the whole quest, both cards, into the tracker. So we've got them all there ready to look at. So, what was it? Quest item D1. Let's have a look. So we've got a whole deck of quest items, and they will say what they refer to. So we've got B2, C1, D1. Okay, let's take D1. So this should be a pickaxe. There we go. So same deal as with the axe. We get 8 uses before it breaks. Galad's old pickaxe. So again, little boxes there to tick or mark once you've done it. You don't have to, of course. So we got that in our quest items. I put that there as well, so we keep track of it. And then we're going to do some mining. I think we could take E1 whilst we're here. Maybe that would be useful. So let's take all the E. We've got 3 cards for E. Let's have a little look at the back of that. Whilst we're here, might as well have a look. Okay, so what does it say? I've made this set of earrings, fashioned I think quite well, despite my hammer hands. Thing is, I'd like a gemstone to put inside each of them, something bright and colourful, catch the sunlight and all that. I don't know much about that kind of thing though, but GA, now he's a wise scholar who's world worn, knows a thing or two about precious stones. Head east, past the old lamb and the inn, then carry on further past the tannery, and then go north up from the Duskwood. You'll find him up on the hill. Would you talk to him, see if he can help? Right, okay, well that's quite good. So that's another quest that we can go on. So we'll put that in our quest tracker. You can only track 10, which is probably good to have some kind of limit on it. So you can either put a quest back if you want to free up some space, or you just have to start finishing some quests. So, right, we'll come back to E1. We're going to do some mining first. So, he said that the mining was round back with the big boulders. So, you've got to kind of pay attention a bit to how things are written to know where to go. I'll put the quest cards back now. He doesn't have any more. He's a part of R14, which we can't start. So, they will go back. So, we're going to do some mining. We've got to find it. So let's go back to the map. So it said behind the house. Let's try to get these in the right place. So let's go 176. Okay. So again, we've got that mining node symbol. So these only last for one go, and then you have to sleep for at least 5 hours before they refresh again. I'll get into sleeping a bit later on, but basically you can sleep for different lengths of time and you can gain back different amounts of health, but you have to sleep for 5 hours to reset the nodes as well. So there are things you can do with that. There might be some reasons why you won't want to sleep, and some reasons why you would want to sleep. Anyway, let's go. So we've done step 8, and we're going to do some mining. So a lot of the skills in this game have mini games. Some are more complex than others. The logging one wasn't really a mini game, it was just pick a card. So the mining's a bit more involved. So we've got a lot of cards here hope you can see that they're just level 1. And we take all of the level 1 cards, because we are at level 1. Level 2 there and on, we don't need those, so put those back. So what we do with mining is we follow arrows. We shuffle the cards first and then we follow arrows. It's kind of like the idea of mining into the rock, and then you're following the sort of veins of or ore, trying to get the best kind of items in there. So you follow the arrows. They're always put perpendicular to the one preceding it. Each card you put down takes half an hour of time, so you can't just infinitely do it. And some cards have stop written on them, so you have to stop if you get to a stop card and that node has been used. So you want to hope that you don't get a stop card too early, but also you've got to be a bit aware of time, because each card is half an hour, so you can really sort of go through time quite quickly. The just sort of walking around, time is very slow, but once you start doing stuff, time speeds up. So we'll do these a bit of a shuffle. We've got a few nodes here. We need, what did he want? He wanted 5 ore, and then with payment when the work's done. So again, we've got to remember to give this back to him afterwards. So let's start off with the first one. I will flip it over. Okay, we've got rock. So I'll just show you what that looks like. Hopefully it comes up quite well on the camera, even though it's dark. So you can get the rocks as a chit, but there are loads and loads of them, so you don't want to clog up your inventory early. You do use them later, but you don't need it now. So I'm not going to bother with the rock chits. So you can see the arrow going north and south. So we start there, then the next card has to be placed at the top or the bottom of this card. So hopefully we've got enough space to do this. Let's put it down there, and then we pick the next one. You don't have to pick from the top of the deck, you can pick from anywhere you want. We're just going to pick the next one. So here we're again just going up and down, and for this one we've got cassiterite, which is a cheap kind of rock, but we do need it to make tin, I believe, but it is worth 2 gold if you want to sell it. So that's a north and south arrow as well, and we really want to try to get one that's not north and south next. Good. We've got one that's pointing east. I think they only point east actually. So this is another rock. So that's 3 cards, and that means that's been an hour and a half. So we've got to keep a little bit of an idea of how much time we've got. We've got quite a bit of time. So we've got another rock with an up and down. We really want some iron ore. We're not doing too well. Well, I'm just going to keep taking it from the top. Aha! So here we've got a stop card. But luckily we did get 2 iron ore, which is worth 10 gold, 5 gold each. So that's quite good. We got mainly rocks, but the cassiterite and the iron ore is really good. So we do have to stop. So we mine up, along and down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So first of all, I'm just going to move our time tracker 5 places along, 5 half hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 19 half hours left. Okay, so we're not going to take the rocks, so we can just get rid of those, and then we're going to get the chits for, we want cassiterite and iron ore. So we go to our chits in our box and have a look. So there's the logs. Cassiterite here and iron ore. Okay, fantastic. So the chit system isn't perfect, and it's not obviously finalized yet. I'll probably have a much simpler way of getting them, maybe just some sort of jewelry box type situation. So we can take a cassiterite there, and I think there's an iron ore in here as well. Is it just cassiterite? I think it's just cassiterite. Oh no, there's an iron ore. Let's take that. Probably shouldn't be in there. Right, so we've taken a cassiterite, pop the other ones back. Oh, we need 2 iron ore, don't we? Let's have a look, see if we can find the other iron ore. Here's it. Here we go, here's the other iron ore. Okay, so we've got 2 iron ores, and a cassiterite. So again, that's going to go into our satchel and take up space. So we'll pop the iron ore down in that corner, and the cassiterite there, and the other iron ore there. So we're taking up a bit of space. Right, that node has now been used, so we can put the cards back. We're going to reshuffle those in a minute, put them back in random places, and we will take a used node chit, so we remember that we've used it. Okay, and we're going to go north because we can't go west, in fact. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 4 is what we want, so we need a new deck of cards. 1, 2, 4. Okay. So we've got another node on this one that links up together. So we move, we're now 9 steps. And we've got another node. So we're going to shuffle up our cards. We're going to do exactly the same thing again. We've got 2 ore at the moment. Kind of want more copper ore really, because they're the cheaper ones. We're going to have to give these to gather so we don't get them back again, which is a bit annoying. I think I do have a system in place where if you don't finish the quest, you can't take on any more quests or use his shop for anything. So even though you could just run off with what you get and not give him his not give it to him, you can't do anything with him, and him and Rodrin are both very important characters to know because they level up a lot of stuff for you, especially the plate armor. So let's see what we get. We get a rock going east. Let's put that down there. Then we've got to stop straight away. 2 cassiterite. That's not great. Only 2 cards. That's 2 half hours. Let's mark that down. 1, 2. And then we don't need the rock, that can go back in the deck. And we put the cassiterite, so we need 2 cassiterite. So nothing stacks in your satchel, but they would stack in the inventory. So let's put the cassiterite there. So we need 3 more ore. We need to have a better deal with those. Anyway, let's put a used node icon on that one. You can see we've got one there. I think we have another one on here. In fact, it's right here. We've got 2 nodes on this one card, which is very useful. So that means we can do it twice. What we want to do is try to get these ore before it turns to night. We don't want to be caught out at night. I think 12, we just maybe a bit more than half an hour back to the inn really to sleep there. So we go 10 steps. And we got 2 mining nodes, so let's do one, each one at a time. That's right, we've still got plenty of time left anyway. I said in a previous video, the idea is I wanted to have time make changes to the game, but I didn't want you to ever be too worried about it. Like we could be caught out at night here. There is a chance to be attacked by bandits, but you can always flee combat after their first hit. But we only have 4 health at the moment, so and the only way you can replenish health is with apples, which we've already eaten quite a few. Or just with food in general. So let's see, hopefully we get a bit better with the mining. That's a stop straight away. But we do get an iron ore, 1 iron ore and a stop. Fantastic. So that's another half hour. Let's do that first. We've got 8 hours left in the day, that's fine. Okay, we did at least get an iron ore, so that is now 3 ore. It's a shame that it's iron because, well, we could be selling these for money, but we'll get money from him, but probably not as much. Right. So yeah, we'll put on a node used chit as well on that one. So let's put it on the top one, and then we'll do the second one. We got, I think, just one more node. So there are 5 nodes in this area. So the idea is you should be able to get at least one ore per node, but who knows? Depends on your luck. Right, we've got cassiterite going up and down, north and south, up and down, and then we've got iron ore stop again. Well, that's okay. At least, so we've got cassiterite and an iron ore. Cassiterite is useful because that's how you make bronze ingots. You just put them together to make some tin. And we've got another iron ore, so that's okay as well. We do have 4 ore. I'll just put them in my satchel now. I'll just show you that our satchel is filling up a little bit now. So that's sort of a game of Tetris where you have things will start to come in play, and we'll probably have to go back, maybe put the kindling in our inventory just to free up those 3 spaces. So we put these back and we put on our used node chit. We can't quite go north. Well, I guess we can go. Can we go north there? I guess we can. There's a bit of space. 11. Okay, one more node to try our luck here. It's a good shuffle. I quite like the fact that you're in control of your destiny a little bit here. The player shuffles their own cards up. You can reshuffle them. You don't have to take them from the top every time. You can split the deck and take it again. But it's kind of just you and the fates. Right. First one, copper ore. Yes, we got all 5. And we got our east movement. And then a stop, copper ore again. So we've got 2 copper ores. That's good. That's great. Right. Do copper ores with the iron. Yes, I think so. Yes, 2 copper ore. There we go. Let's put those back. So we did manage to get 5 in that one go. The pickaxe does last for 8, so we've got a couple of extra ones that we can use. Hopefully we'll get lucky with the iron ore again. So we've got 2 copper ores. So we've got an extra one actually that we didn't need, so we put those back. Okay, and we'll put that back in the mining area, and we put a chit on the node, and we'll move our time forward to 1 to 7 hours left in the day. Plenty of time. Okay, so we'll go back. Everything, yeah, we'll go back and give him 5 ore and finish off this quest. So we're 11, 12, 1. So we've done another half hour. 6.5 hours left. Okay, so we talked to Gathered. He's then got quest D2. So if I just grab that, we'll read out what he says. So we've got D1 and then we'll just do D2. So he says, very good. I'll take these and you can keep that pickaxe. Not sure how long it's got left in it anyway. Lose 5 ore of any type and the reward is 10 gold. So we do lose it out a bit on money there. We'll get rid of 2, but it does 2 copper ore and some iron ore, but it does free up our inventory, our satchel a little bit there. So let's take 2 copper ores. 3 iron ore. We've still got those cassiterite with us, so that's at least something. We'll put them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do get 10 gold. So yeah, that's still pretty good. So we've got 60 gold in total. Let's take 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 60 gold. Very weighty coin purse. It starts off empty, so it feels good to have some money in it now. We're going to go to the shop, I think, and we're going to buy some armour, because we used up in the last video the logs up here in the woods. I'll show you actually on Marin's map. So we did some logging in the northwest and a bit in the southwest, but there's a big bit of forest in the east there. So we might go over there and have a look to see if we can do some logging. We got 3 more hits on a log, and we've got the same with the pickaxe. Right, we've got 1 iron ore, 4 cassiterite, raw meat, some kindling in there. We've finished quest D2. We've given him back the ore, we've taken the 10 gold. So that goes at the bottom of our quest deck. What was quest E? Okay, that was the earrings. And going up to the guy GA. So we're back to having 5 quests. I think I want to do at least get the a few bits of leather armor. So we're going to go to the shops. I think then we'll do some logging. So we're going to move across here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there. Then we want 1, 2, 9. I've got the right deck out. That's good. 1, 2, 9. 1, 30. 31. Okay, there's a building there. He did say in the quest E, head east past the Old Lamb and the inn. So the Old Lamb is the pub. That could be there. We could go into the pub and have a chat and pick up another quest. I don't know if we need to do any more quests really. For now, I'm thinking of just going to buy. I think we need some defense. We've only got 4 at the moment. It's not great. We may want to buy some food as well. So 132, 133. Okay, then we go north from there. 108. 8. Then 107. Yes. So 107. I'm going to show you. Has the inn on it. I remember that's the inn. So again, you can just go to the building's deck and check it, or perhaps if you're doing it all in one playthrough for a while, then you'll remember where places are. I quite like the fact that when you do some exploring, you're more likely to remember the places, because there's not just, you don't just move it across quickly. You spend a bit of time following the paths. So around this side, we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 steps all the way back to the inn. Okay, yeah, so at the inn we are going to drop off the kindling. I think we're not going to need that straight away. It's for making fires, so we're going to put that in the inn, free up a bit of space. You can't put raw meat in the inn. They don't let you store food there. We can put the cassiterite and the iron ore there though. So cassiterite. And the iron ore. We could sell the iron ore and get 5 gold for it. On the rules, in the very back of the rules book, I've got a list of the prices of everything. Just show you that. So at the back here, there's a list of all sellable items. So iron ore, pretty sure, where is it? Iron ore, 5 gold, yeah. So we could sell that for 5 gold. I don't think we're going to need it straight away, actually, so I think I will do. Well, we'd have to go back to Gala to sell it if we're going to do that, so we can't do that right now. We'll put it back in our satchel. Okay, so I want to build out leather armor. So what we're going to do is go further to the east. Now in order to do that, I'm going to have to move some of these cards and pack up some of these. So we'll remember that we've done these nodes. Not too difficult to remember, we've done a couple of those, or you write it down. Okay, and we just put these into order. So 122, 23, 24, 25, 15, 16, 17, 18, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 66, 67, 68. We'll leave the in out because we might use that to get some quests. Okay, so we just pop these back in the pile. So we've got 113. Let's just do that. So this is a game where you take your time playing it. So obviously it's a bit annoying perhaps to have to do this to put away your cards, but it's reasonably quick for one thing, and it's not a fast game. It's not supposed to be sort of like a lazy Sunday afternoon game where you just sit down and just get a few things done. So 122, 125. Okay, we've got 115, 218. Actually, a lot of them are in that one as well, so that's quite easy to do. And then we just got a couple in different ones. So 172. Okay, so that's that all done. And then 66, so that's going to be up here. Okay. And we can just move these across. And we were going to do, I think, is explore around to the east a little bit. So we are going to go to the Tanners. So I'm looking at the map from Merwin. We're going to go down from the inn and go all the way across to the last house on the right. So let's do that. So we can just cut straight down. So we want 1, 3, 4. I'm going to bring these map cards a little bit closer. Yeah, so we want to buy ourselves some leather armor. So 134. There it is. And then we're going to go east, 135. Okay, 36. So we've got a little bit of a path going up there. That's going to be the baker's, so we don't have to go all the way up. The next one is going to be the shop, then the tailor's. That's got a node on it. Ooh, we could do a bit of foraging. Let's do a little bit of foraging. We did get a bee last time. Actually, we'll do that on the way back. We'll do that on the way back after we got some armor, because yeah, we don't want to be attacked by a bee again. So 102 should be the Tanners. 102, right? Okay, let me just show you. So we've got this little house. The trees next to it don't have any apples, so we can't pluck any apples from there, unfortunately. But we will have a look to double check who is inside this building. So we're going to move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in total. That means we have moved an extra half hour. Okay. So then we go to the building deck and we look for 102. There we go. Yeah, here we go, the tannery. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So we've got the same usual letters if you want to steal anything, which we're not going to do this time. Eli is the only person in this building. So let's find Eli and see what he has to say, or what he's selling. Let's put this back. So again, we look through the characters. Where are you, Eli? There you are. Okay, so he does have a quest. He's got 2 quests actually, so we could pick up a quest off Eli. So let's just have a quick look at him first. So here he is, Eli. He's got quests M1, M5, U1, U3, U6 and T4. Intimidation 2, Sneak 4, Gold 36, and a shop. He has got a few things. So some of these words are French words that I looked up for medieval terms for things, so my pronunciation of this is going to be a little bit sketchy. So we've got boarhide coif, which is the hat, gloves and boots for 10 gold each. We've got boarhide chaussure. I told you it's going to be bad. 50. Those are trousers, those are legs. We've got boarhide jerking for 20. We've got 60 gold. Depends how much we want to sell, how much we want to buy, how much gold we want to keep. And we've also got bear hide, and we've got a pouch upgrade. So we can only have 6 things in your pouch, but you can have an extra 3 things if you buy the pouch upgrade, which I don't think we need that right now. I think we'll just go boar hide. We want maybe just 3 things to give us the bonus of poison, or maybe we just go with the jerkin. So the jerkin's 20 gold. We could spend 45, we could spend 55 and have 5 left. We want to buy some food as well actually. We should go to the bakers, or the bakers, or we could go to the Old Lamb, the pub, which I've still got here, to get maybe something a bit more substantial. So we don't want to spend too much. Maybe we spend 30 just to get the coif, gloves and boots. Then we spend maybe 20 or so on some health, on some food. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to our weapons and armor section here, and we're going to try to find ourselves the boar hide stuff. So that's bronze. I'll show you what I'm doing. So we've got a whole bunch of little bags full of weapons and armor. We're trying to search for. So there's a boarhide jerkin. That's what. I don't know if we want the boarhide jerkin. Actually, we wanted the coif, didn't we? So boots. There's our iron. That's jerkin. Chaussure. Gauntlets. And there's the coif. So we've got coif and we've got the boots. We just need gloves. So you can see they're all kind of different shapes and sizes. Cotton gloves, that's a cotton gear. What we got? This looks like it might be it. That's the bronze helm. Trousers. Maybe it's going to be one of these. Is it just? So we've got coif. Maybe the gloves are in with the coifs. Never know. It's just coifs. So that's all coifs. And that's all boots. The gloves are they're the gloves. Those are those are the gloves. Okay, so let's have a look at those, and we'll have a look at those. We'll put these all back. So you can see the greatsword is massive. It's 3 squares, and we've got other ones that take up more or less space. So we want boar hide. So let's have a look. Boar leather coif. Yep, so there's our hat. Put the other ones away. And then we've got our boar boots. So let's have a look for the boar leather boots. perfect. How much are these? 10 each. So you could obviously get some cotton armor and get more cotton and probably a bit more defense, but we want to do a leather build, so we're just going to get some of these to begin with, and then we want boar gloves. There we go, those are our 3 items of armor. And with 3 we get a poison duration, but we don't have any poison yet anyway. So what we'll do, if I carefully do this, here's our playmat. We're going to have gloves go in there underneath our short sword. Our boots will go at the bottom and our coif will go at the top. So maybe you can see that starting to build out a bit of armor, a bit of a look. Right, good. So that means we lose 30 gold. So let's take this out. Put 30 gold back in the box. So 1, 2, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 10. We got 3, 4, 5. And 3, 4, 5. Ah, 30. Okay, so we've got 30 gold. I'll just change that on the tracker. 30 gold left. Obviously we got it in the purse too. I do find having a separate tracker for that quite useful. So we're going to go to the baker's now, and I think we're going to get some food. So unless we want to, do we want to pick up another quest? I might pick up Eli's quest, M1. Let's have a look for M. Oh, there are quite a few cards for M. Right, let's have a look at M. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see what it says. See what he has to say. Okay, so it says, "Hello there, traveller. Just off the boat, are you? I could use a hand, in fact, if you've some time to spare and in need of coin." Well, yeah, always. "I'm almost out of beeswax. Got the order here. Would you mind taking it over to Ghetto up on the hill past the stables? It's a bit of a trek, I'll grant you, but I'll pay you for the time. Take quest item M1. Okay, so we can see where the beekeepers is on Merwin's map, and we can take all of quest M and put it into our quest tracker. Now I have 6 quests on at the same time. So it depends what kind of player you are. If you want to have more quests all active and you can sort of just go around and there's always something to do, or if you want to finish off quests before you start new ones. I'm not going to start U1, I don't think. And we'll just leave that. I think we've got plenty of quests to be going on with. I'm going to take quest item M1. So we get the quest item deck and we'll look for M1. M1, here it is. So quest item M1 is not super duper exciting. It is a beeswax order. So just a little letter there. So we'll put that in with our quest items. Just put it on top of everything else. So we'll pick up some, how are we doing for time? Not okay, we're almost out of time. We're just going to go to the bakery. We're going to ignore the foraging node. We'll come back to that next tomorrow probably. So let's just go to the bakery, which is the first one, so we can come down. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11, and we're going to go up, so we want 105. 104, 105. So I'll just show you that again, similar to the tannery. We've got 105 here, which according to the map should be the baker's. So let's just go up there. So we've done 12 steps, and we'll go to the building deck for 105. There we looking at 104, 105. Just double check that. Okay. Yeah, it does say the bakery. We've got Eleanor still there. So we'll find her and see what she's selling. So again, we go through all of these, trying to find Eleanor. There she is. So we'll just flip her over to the back because she doesn't have any quests for us. I think what we want to do is get a couple of sandwiches or rolls. So I think actually what I will need to do is add on the shop how much health these things give you. Because I don't know, yeah, I think that would be helpful to have on the shop itself. So we've got bread, a filled roll, and a sandwich. So I think what we'll do is get a couple of filled rolls. They're 5 gold each. I've got 30. Or should we get sandwiches? We can get 3 sandwiches and then we'd have no money left though. I probably want a bit of money left. Let's just get a sandwich and 2 filled rolls. Then we have 10 gold left. So we'll take 10. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 20. Oh, feels bad getting rid of all that gold. Got a lighter coin purse now. Right, well, we do get some food. So we go to our chits and we pick up a sandwich and a filled roll. So take that and that. And we'll take our chits here just as normal, just as before. So we're going to take 2 filled rolls, 1, 2, and 1 sandwich, 1. So that's going to go into our satchel. Okay, fantastic. So, okay, we've done our hour. Right, that's fine. We've got ourselves some leather armor and we've got some gear on the way. Got a bit of defense, that's good. We're almost about to go through another half hour. I think what we're going to do next is do that little foraging node. Hopefully we don't get another bee swarm. And then we'll try to finish off the axe and the pickaxe maybe. Hopefully we'll get a bit of gold from that. Okay, so we're done with Eleanor. We're there, number 12. So I'll just show you how quick it is to pack up. Here's our map box. So again, if you're going east to west, left to right, it's always going to be sequential. So all of these cards are going to be together. So we just have to see where we start. 131 all the way to 139. So we just take all of those, make sure we keep them in order. And there we go. Then we've got 107, 108 and 102. So we've already got the same deck out. So we take 102, 3, 4, 5 is the one we're on, 6, 107, 108. Then we want to skip to 131. It's 130, and then that should take us all the way to 140. And then they all just go back. Perfect. So as with before, we can keep our card out. We've done 12 steps, that can stay there. If you needed to pack up the whole table, again what you can do is just, well, you don't even need to take one of those off actually, you can just put it on top of any of these and then that saves it nice and neatly. Put that to the side and there we go, that's that. We've done some mining and then tomorrow we'll just carry on and see where we get. Maybe we'll do this beeswax order and see what happens when we do some more exploring. So again, Monday to Thursday, 7 PM UK time. I'm going to be doing this for a few months, so it'd be great to see any comments, any feedback. That's the whole purpose of this. So thanks very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.